Hello, my name is Gary Zambakjan from Lebanon. I came all over from Lebanon to here because I used to watch Eric Worre before 2 years, but this was the biggest shock that I had. If you love network marketing and you are struggling, this is the only plan that will make you succeed in 1 year, not 2 to 3 years. 1 year, you will make millions, I'm sure. I'm seeing the millions from now. Thank you.
I'm going all the way. I'm going, yeah, my blood is rebel. I'm going all the way. I'm going to another level. To another level.
Hello, everyone from wherever you are around the world. First time I translate that to English. Anyway, so how are you, everyone? Chat disabled. Let's fix that. Everyone. Okay. So we have a lot to talk about today. Amazing news also for the year, especially this month. Never been better. Very good. So, and also if you can put which country you're watching from. In case you're watching on Instagram, you want to watch the PowerPoint with me, just go to my last story. I put the Zoom link. You can watch the full workshop with me. Also on my YouTube channel, Gary Z. I'm live there. Okay, so we have people from Lebanon, Ghana, France. Hello, Bashir. Salut. And any other country? Palestine on Instagram. Very good. Okay. So Jordan. Hello, Rawan. So what we're going to do today, we're going to continue the road to sales. But before that, let me give you some updates. Okay, so amazing news, amazing updates. So first of all, workshops like this, if you like it, if you like those workshops that I'm doing, it's going to be every Sunday, same time. It's going to be fixed every Sunday, same time. Okay, especially in winter. Okay. Usually summer, I won't do this, okay? Because I know summer, Sunday, people just want to go somewhere all day, you know, and the day is longer, you know. But winter, usually most of the people I know, Sunday night, they are home, okay? And the best time that you can invest on yourself is Sunday night, especially before the beginning of the week. So we can start with we sleep with the right mindset, with new knowledge, with the creativity in our mind starts to work. And I'm going to make sure also, it's for me also a challenge to create trainings every week, to be ready to create trainings every week. It will help me and it will help you in the same time. It will be a win-win situation. Okay. So if you like this news, put number 6 in the chat. We have somebody from Sweden also. Welcome. So number 1, as I said, every Sunday, same timing. I don't know where you are in the world. It's going to be 8 p.m. Beirut time, 10 p.m. Dubai time. France, I think it's 7. Bashir. Yeah. So it's going to be like that. Okay. So make sure you register in my database so that you can receive the emails every week. Okay. And also, if you register in my database, there's going to be always good news I'm preparing. Okay. One of them, I will create a Telegram group for all the people who are in my database and my community want to learn. I'm going to create a special Telegram group where I can give you value every day, give you links you read, give you ebooks, stuff like that will help you help any problem you're facing, so that any problem that is stopping you to grow. Okay, so that's number one. So two, I'm gonna start very soon sending emails, ideas that I have, because social media is going into direction of shorter messages, shorter videos. Okay, and but the people who want more information, I think emails are the best to send text, that I can empty my mind, give you everything that I'm discovered and I'm still learning and discovering in my growth journey. Okay, so that's two. Three, I'm gonna launch next week the access for you to benefit from the Grant Cardone University. Okay, so tomorrow I have a call about it, and my advice is that any person who wants to grow should have this university, and it should be part of their weekly, daily habit. Okay, soon I'm going to give more details about this. Special prices, of course, for my community, so make sure you register. No, this training is in Arabic. Okay, sorry, in English, for the people who are asking. Also, what else? Yeah, the most important news. I'm gonna do end of this month, 28, 29 January, a workshop, physical, how to start your year in the right direction. Okay, it was supposed to be 7-8. It was supposed to be today and yesterday, but I decided to give it some time to be really ready for it, to really prepare all the booklets. It's going to be special booklets for this workshop, to prepare a good location, so we can talk as much people as possible. But book yourself, 28, 29 January. I'm going to do a physical workshop in Lebanon. Okay, for the people who are not in Lebanon, they want to watch it, I'm going to create the access so you can watch it online, and I will share to you all information soon. Okay, so I'm going to share again something for the Instagram people, and I start the training. So the people who are watching live on Instagram, if you don't have the Zoom link, go to my last story on Instagram. I put the Zoom link. Join us on Zoom, because I'm going to share a PowerPoint, okay, for the training. Today, we're going to work together, okay? So it's very important that you have your pen, your notes ready, because you're going to take some notes and you're going to do some homework. I'm going to ask you to do some things that are going to help you a lot to launch the year in the right direction, okay? So let's go back to the PowerPoint. I'm going to first remind, I know I did this the last time for the people who are watching, but with the accident of the cable charger, today the laptop is charged fully. Don't worry, guys. Okay. So anyway, so the first phase of this training, of this workshop, Road to Sales, I did it last month. And if you want to watch the replay, it's on my YouTube channel. Okay, Gary Z, you can click on live and you can watch the replay. But I'm just going to remind for the people who are watching now, they will say, oh, okay, now I can't continue this before I watch that. No, you can stay. So I'm going to repeat a little bit very fast what we talked about last time. So mainly we talked about why sales is important, why you should learn sales. Mainly we talked about that sales is professional communication. Okay, so sales is just professional communication, and whatever you do in your life, if you learn how to communicate professionally, if you learn how to sell, if you learn how to negotiate, if you learn how to communicate, if you learn how to understand other people and get what you want, then you will be the better communicator. You will be a better partner with somebody in your life. You can be a better parent for your kid. You can be a better person. And the most important, you will build the self-confidence that is bulletproof. Nothing will affect you. Challenges will always come, but if you build the skills of sales, you can create opportunities for yourself. And that's what's happening to me now. Okay, I'm getting offers from companies to be a consultant for sales, and just because I decided to learn this this career. Okay, and I'm not even searching for jobs, I'm getting offers. Why? Not a lot of people do this. Not a lot of people learn sales, okay? Because there isn't a degree in university for it. So we talked about we talked about that why now you should learn sales, even though whatever you do in your life, because the economy is changing, the technologies are replacing jobs, new technologies, they always require somebody to sell them, new ideas, they always need somebody to sell them. It doesn't need to be direct sales, it's just understanding the basics of communication and sales. Even if you do a big deal like $100,000, that's sales. Okay, if you're creating your own company, you need to learn how to sell what you're creating. Okay, so the ideas, if you need investment, you need to know how to communicate so you can close the deal to get the investment that you're searching for, not create doubts in your head. No, I don't know how to get money. You can, it's just you don't know how to communicate it. Okay, so you will be free if you build those skills, if you learn sales, and the most important, there's a lot of now free marketing sources about sales that you can benefit from. YouTube and everywhere else, there's many information, and books also. For me, books are free, information for free. Okay, anyway, if you decide to learn sales, decide to be pro, decide to be professional, because only 5% of people are professionals, which means the market is huge. Okay, so it doesn't mean that, oh, there are many salespeople, I don't have there's a lot of competition. No, there isn't. Okay, there's a lot of weak people, there's a lot of weak people who try to make money by selling, and there's professionals who help customers, okay, who really solve problems. So decide to be from those 5%. The good news that you can be from the 5%. It's in your hands. It's not, you don't need an opportunity, okay? So you don't need somebody to give you a job. You can be from the 5%. So master your game, don't follow the majority. We talked about commit. You should commit 100%. Once you hit the true commitment level, people will throw money at you. That's something that I've seen personally. I've lived it personally. Okay. The power of prediction. By the way, if you see in my Instagram, the countries that I traveled around the world, I promise you that half of them I traveled for free. Just because I built those skills and companies wanted to invite me or take me somewhere, or because I hit the target, they gave me a free trip. Okay. So each one different reasons, but mainly the main reason was because I know how to sell. Okay. So, and I didn't know how before, just to make it clear. And for the people who started the workshop from the video that I put at the beginning, you can see that I didn't know how to talk. That was the first time I talked in front of a camera. Okay. So that was 2012. But I didn't have the skills, I didn't have the knowledge, but I had one thing. I was hungry to grow. I was hungry to succeed. Okay. And that hunger even took me, in the video that you saw, even took me to USA. For the first time I went to USA, I didn't have money. I took a loan from somebody to just go watch a workshop that might change my life. And it did. Okay. So I went, I learned from mentors, more successful people, and I was surrounded with those people from 2012 until now. Okay, so that's all you need: a hunger to change, a decision to change. Okay, that's all you need at the beginning of this year. Then we work on the rest. Because if the hunger is not there, doubts, old programming will replace your hunger. Okay. So we talked about old programming last time. Watch it again. Why people don't like selling? We talked about this the last slide last time. So mainly because they just don't know what they are doing. That's majority of reason. That's I would say that's the biggest reason. Okay, maybe 80% of people, they don't like sale because they don't know how to sell. Okay, they tried one experience once. They tried to sell something. They got rejection. They got objection, and they didn't like it emotionally. Okay, so they don't know how, but they don't say that I don't know how because they rely on excitement. So majority of people try to sell something. I'm going to remind, selling is just trying to convince an idea that you think it's right for you. Okay, let's remind that point. Selling, it doesn't mean a sales job. Selling is when you have an idea, doesn't mean business. It can be with your partner. You want to go to a restaurant. The other partner doesn't want to go to that restaurant. You want to go to a game and the partner doesn't want to go. You want to try to convince. That's selling. Okay? That is selling. You try to convince your kids that they shouldn't have a PlayStation. That's selling. You understand? So anything that you have an idea, you have a concept in your head, you want to convince another person, that's selling. It's the same strategy if you're selling and getting money, or if you're just sharing an idea and you want to convince the other person that your idea is better. Okay, so that's selling. So if you don't know how, what's the best way? You know, people go to couples therapy and how to take care of the kids and everything. It's mainly the same basic. It's the communication skill of selling. Okay, selling any idea. So if you don't know that, you wouldn't like sales. If you don't understand the game, which I want to talk about it today, what's the game? What do you mean, Gary, game? We're playing a game here. Life is a game, okay? But if you want to understand the game of success and making money, okay, there's a game. You need to, actually, all of you are playing the game without knowing the rules. Let me explain. If whatever you do in your life, you're making income, money, somebody's paying you, you're playing the game of making money, okay? But you never read the rules. You just got some rules from your parents, from family, from society. And mostly those people, they are not winners in this game, right? They are not the winners in this game. They are just people who are average. In soccer, football, we would say most of those people are in division 2, 3, 4, okay? Not the division 1, okay? Not the champions. So if you want to be a champion, you should understand the game with all details. So mainly the game is very easy with making money. I will explain later. Understand the rules. The rules are simple. They avoid uncomfortable situations. Well, yeah, selling is uncomfortable. Well, success is uncomfortable. That's why majority don't do it. Okay, but you have to understand that uncomfortable situations are a good thing in life, because very comfortable is boring. It's a boring routine life. Some people like it. I don't like it. And if you are from the people who are watching this training, I think you also agree with me, because the other people who will prefer comfortable Sunday night watching a workshop is very uncomfortable for them. Okay, it's much comfortable to just sit on the couch or just go out with friends Sunday night and nag about what happened in the week or talk about the party last night. I'm not saying I don't like to party, but I learned that uncomfortable situation changed my life. Okay, so every situation I had more income, grew my income, changed my life, proud of myself. It's when I went out of an uncomfortable situation. Like I was in a comfortable situation, I went out and put myself in an uncomfortable situation and I passed it. Now that became uncomfortable. Now that became the thing that was uncomfortable before became comfortable now. Okay, that's how we grow. So mainly like doing this training, opening a camera and talk, that was very uncomfortable to me. Okay, now it's automatic. It's very comfortable. Okay, it's easier for me to talk than watch a training. It's more comfortable. Okay, now, but I wasn't like that. Commit first, then understand. This is a rule that it took me some time to understand. Okay, it's a shortcut I'm giving you guys. Don't overthink. That's the main point. Don't overthink. Okay, I'm gonna start, I'm gonna do this, but first I'm gonna understand everything. It's just an excuse from your mind. Okay, it's just an excuse. Commit first, then understand. You can find the answer for everything. That's the great news now. We can find any challenge you have, any problem you have, you can find answers. You can find people who have the answers and learn, and keep on learning. And if you are watching this workshop now, you're doing the right thing. Now, we're going to talk about the most important sale before you try to sell anything. before you try to sell anything, you need to learn that the most important sale you're going to have to make is you. What do you mean, Gary? Let me explain. If you're not confident about yourself, you cannot sell. Now, the brain will blame others. Maybe the product, maybe the person, maybe the country. But in reality, if you do this, the rest are easy. What do I mean by selling yourself first? I mean, if you are not selling, you are not sold. You are not sold. You must convince yourself if they don't buy from you, they will lose. You have to sell yourself that you are the best. They should buy from you. They should join you. They should choose you. So, you know, I was a shy person, okay, to communicate with somebody, which means I wasn't shy. I didn't sell myself. Actually, I was sold that I'm bad in communication. I sold myself that I'm a bad communicator. And if I wanted to meet a girl, I was selling myself that I'm going to screw up when I communicate. And that's why I wouldn't even try. That means shy. Okay? It's not really shy. I'm not shy. I'm selling myself the idea that I'm not good. Okay? And how we do that? We focus on the negative things about us. Each one of us has good and bad. Okay? Which means I'm not going to call them good and bad. I'm going to call them strengths and weaknesses. Okay? In university, I didn't learn a lot of things, but I remember one thing, SWOT analysis. Okay? SWOT analysis, which means in every company, every opportunity, every product, yourself, you should do SWOT analysis of yourself, which means what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are your advantages? And what are your, what was the T? Threats. What are your threats? Okay? So you should know what are your unique things. What are you unique for? What are your positive things? Okay? And if you focus on that, and you promote that to the world, if you promote that when you're meeting somebody, you promote that when and you focus on your self-talk, you sell yourself that I'm good with this, good with this, good with this, then the rest of communication is going to be easy. You understand? The rest is going to be very easy. So you have to build the ability to be sold on yourself and your product. That's the good news. The good news is that you can. There's a process to sell yourself first. Before I tell you, if I give you all the steps of the road to the sales, but if you didn't sell yourself, the rest are useless. Okay? So, if you saw the video at the beginning that I put, the short video I'm talking 2012, do you think that I already sold myself? Yes. I was weak. I didn't know how to communicate, but I already sold myself that I'm going to be successful, I'm going to be a millionaire. I sold myself that. And I came back to Lebanon with that mindset. And that's all people felt. Not the details, not the opportunities that I gave them, but they felt that I sold myself bigger than the country. You understand? So, exercise. List what makes you unique. That's the exercise to sell yourself. And remind yourself with this list over and over again. Okay? So that's one of the most important things you should do this year. Okay? Before putting goals, before putting plans, I think most of us, we already did this many times. Okay? And most of us, we failed 80% of that list. Okay? Some people more. I understand. I'm like you. But what kept me still growing is I sold myself on the positive things. I'm good in this. I'm good in this. I'm good in this. Nobody's better than me in this. 1, 2, a list. Okay. So I'm going to give you, what's the time now? Let's see here. So in Lebanon, it's 8:26. So wherever you are, it's 26. Okay. So till 4 minutes, or let's say 31, wherever you are, 31, we will go back. We're going to take a break. Not break, you go to the toilet. Break, you do this exercise. It's very important before anything else in your life this year. List what makes you unique. Okay? See you. You too also on Instagram. Two more minutes. One minute. Okay. So let me close the PowerPoint. Are you with me? If you're with me, put number 3 in the chat. Very good. Okay, so I want you to write down in the chat your list. What are the qualities, what makes you unique? And we can take from each other, you know? So let me explain something. Before you type, please focus with me in this. Don't you realize that your mind focuses on your weaknesses more than your strengths and uniqueness? Stop chatting, focus on me. Okay, don't you realize that your mind focuses on your weaknesses more than your qualities? That's why I don't trust my mind. Okay, I talked about this in the first training. I don't trust the mind. Okay, so you have to be able to control your mind. Mind is good, but if you let it go, work on automatic, on auto, you know, automatic. Okay, it focuses on negativity, it focuses on bad things, it makes you create fear, because automatically the mind is created to protect you. Okay, not to advance, to protect you, to make you feel safe. Okay, so that's why we have to do those exercises. That's why we have to that's why we have to create habits so we can control our mind, so it works on our goals, advantages, not on automatic just protection and safety. Okay, we need freedom, not safety. So let's start. Okay, now you can type. I'm gonna steal from you and then I'm gonna read my list, okay, that I wrote now. So Bilal said, what makes you unique is that I am educated, know how to listen well, open-minded, I can put myself in others' shoes, I can understand the others, and I love life, and I can accept the differences. Very good, Bilal. I'm sure there's more, okay? I'm sure there's much more. If you can do this, now we don't have a lot of time, but my advice, if you do this like 1 hour. 1 hour, sit and try to focus what makes you unique, okay? Celeste said, high emotional intelligence. What else, Celeste? You know, you can also do something for this. You can ask people around you, what are my qualities? What do you like about me? Why I'm your friend? Why I'm your partner? Why you hired me? What do you like about me? You can ask, because bigger the list, it can compete with what your mind focuses on weaknesses. Okay, like to serve people, Naila. Bashir said presence, smile, energy, skills, mentality, temper, independence. Okay, better to go more details, Bashir, when it comes to skills. Skills is very general. There are many kinds of skills. Can be dancing skills. Okay, so what skills? Okay, so open-minded, unique. What makes you unique, Celeste? Okay, presentable, persistent, supportive, confident, smartly energy. Okay, communication skills. Very good. Who else? Hey, if you don't participate in workshops, it will be a waste of time. Hala said sincere, helpful, compassionate, generous, supportive. Rawan said, I speak 3 languages, lived in different countries. I know how to accept others and worked with different cultures, different work experience. Very good. Hungry, energy. Karni said energy. Energy is also like skills, very wide. You know, what do you mean by energy? Again, skills, it's not specific. It's not unique. Skills. Everybody has a skill of something. I have skill of eating. Okay, so can have a skill of washing dishes. Okay, but that doesn't bring a lot of money. So that's not a very unique thing. So you understand? So what kind of skills? Love to learn and teach. Okay, Faiza. Love to learn and teach, hungry to go forward. Nanor. Okay, still not enough. Okay, it's very, very good, but it's a start. We need a bigger list. Okay, That's very important. Supportive, honest, positive thinker, always excited to learn. I'm going to add that, positive thinker. I have that. I'm very unique about that. Thinker. Okay, so I'm going to read my list and we continue the training, okay? And I'm going to tell you what to do with this list. So, hungry, success-driven, servant, happy, free, willing to be uncomfortable, winner mentality, patient, I know how to learn and apply, non-conformist, I have seen the world, researcher, I'm a good researcher, proof of change, not afraid of money, solution-oriented, never give up, act on challenge. So if there's no challenge, I won't act. And positive thinker, I just added this, okay? So you can take from each other if you want. Also, so what to do with this list? It's getting a little bit uncomfortable, okay? But as I said, you won't change your life if you don't get uncomfortable, you don't put yourself in an uncomfortable situation, okay? So first of all, you have to write this list in the I am form, okay? Not I will, I am. Not I was, I am, okay? So you write them in the I am form. So I am hungry, I am success-driven, I am servant, I am happy, I am free. So you write them all, and I highly advise you to give it 1 hour, okay? And if you want to put yourself in a more uncomfortable situation, again, uncomfortable situation is amazing. It will make you unique, different, and proud of yourself, okay? So if you want to be more uncomfortable, okay, I want you to open, after you do the list in the I am form, not now, okay? If you do it tomorrow and tag me, it will be great. I will share it, okay? So you open your camera, story, video, post, I don't care, and you just read the list. Say, I was watching a workshop yesterday. They said I should do a list of the unique things that I think I have, and just read it. Read it in front of the camera. I am like this, I am, and I'm going to do it. After this call, I will do it. I don't teach something that I don't do it personally, okay? That's my philosophy. So I will do it after this call. And let's create a hashtag also. Hashtag I am unique, okay? Hashtag I am unique. So when you do the video, put hashtag I am unique, tag me so I can share it also. And this will also, you will see a lot of people are going to talk to you and give you more qualities that you don't even see about yourself. Okay. What are we doing here? We're selling ourselves first. Before you talk to anyone, before you work on any goal or challenge this year. Okay. We are selling ourselves first. It's very, very important. And what the second thing you're doing, you're focusing your mind on your positive things, not the weaknesses. Everybody has weaknesses, okay? So if we dig, even me, I have weaknesses, okay? You can, sometimes social media makes us not see the reality because we post, honestly, the positive things, okay? We never show our weaknesses on social media, which I don't advise also. Be real, yes, but no nag. Don't talk about your weaknesses every day, okay? Because social media is, at the end, it's your shop, it's your business. We will talk about social media trainings and other workshops, okay? So let's go back to the training. So I'm gonna repeat the homework. Let's see who's gonna put himself or herself in an uncomfortable situation. I'm gonna follow you up with you guys, okay? I have your database, you registered, so I'm gonna follow up with you. So tomorrow or today, whenever you want, write down all your unique things with the I am. Give it more time. More things you add, it's better for you. Okay, so you can ask people around you also. Make a big list, open the camera, and share it to the world with the hashtag I am unique. And also tag me so that I can share it also. Okay, so my community will follow you also. So the other thing you can do, and that's something that I did years ago, okay, is record it and listen to it every morning or before you sleep. What makes you unique? Reminding yourself, reprogramming your mind into focusing on positive, not negative. Okay, so that's the first activity to do. Sell yourself first before you communicate with anyone, before you work on a target, before you should be confident about yourself. 2, conviction. How a sale happens. In reality, this sentence, I loved it. It's from Grant Cardone, and I'm going to share it as it is, okay? A sale happens when your conviction and belief about something is stronger than others. And at this point, the other person will give up their sense of conviction and become convinced of yours. Okay? Again, I'm going to remind you, selling doesn't mean always selling and taking money, okay? So take it in any scenario. A sale happens when your conviction and belief about something is stronger than others. And at this point, the other person will give up their sense of conviction and become convinced of yours. Okay? So those who are more convinced about a certain point will convince the other. So that's why it's very important that you are convinced about your uniqueness. And then you are convinced about the product you're selling. You are convinced about the idea that you have, more than any opinion a person gives you. Because people have opinions and it's their right. Okay? Never take it personally. Nobody's like you, which means that not everybody will love what you love. It's very normal. Took me time to understand this. Beginners, when they try to go into the business world and trying to sell something, they take it very personal that people judge what they are selling or what they are sharing. Understand? If you're very convinced, people have the right to give a different opinion. And they're going to try to kill your conviction. Not intentionally. They're happy about you, that you're excited. But because they have a different belief, it's their right to share. It's their right not to agree. Okay? But you have to be so convinced that at the end he will not trust his belief and conviction. Oh my God, he's very convinced. Maybe I'm wrong. And this is where you win. You understand? This is where you win. So conviction is a very important point in sales process. Okay? How do you build conviction? This was new for me when I watched Grant trainings. Okay? So there's a conviction builder. And if you do it also daily or weekly, it will be amazing. Your life will change. It's just simple habits. Let's remind you that the target is you become a professional from the 5%, and 5% do this. Okay? So how can you build the conviction that it can become stronger than anybody's belief? Okay? Number one, you ask yourself those questions. Why would somebody go to that to get my product? Why would somebody will borrow money to get my product or service? You should have an answer. If you don't have an answer, you're not convinced yet. You're not sold on the product. So before I give you the steps of selling, I'm telling you what you should do as a homework that will make all the steps work. Even if you didn't follow the steps. But this homework at the beginning, selling yourself and convincing yourself about the product and yourself, is going to make the full difference. The whole difference between somebody's pro or somebody who is just an average amateur. Okay? Second question. Why would someone buy my product and no way another? You should have an answer. You should work on this. Okay? Why should someone do it right now and not wait another 3 minutes, 3 hours, or 3 days? You should be convinced about that. It's not okay that he does it after 3 days. You should find a reason. Okay? Why should someone pay more money to your product or service while they can find similar product cheaper? This is a way to prepare yourself before you talk to anyone. Because I received, when I used to coach, a lot of people, well, there's cheaper in the market. My friend told me there's cheaper. He's not convinced. He didn't do the conviction builder. He didn't. In the last project, some people know me from that project. I had an online business and network marketing and skincare and nutrition. You know what I did at the beginning? Actually, months. It was from 2015 to 2016. Before I launch, and when I started to launch, I did this without watching a training. I did it because I wasn't convinced 100%. Why? Number one, I didn't have a background of skincare and nutrition. Before I started that project, I never put skincare on my face, any cream on my face. Okay? Supplements, honestly, I wasn't even healthy. Okay? I had a very unhealthy lifestyle. So supplements and skincare, it wasn't my thing. But I did more than $13 million sales volume in the last 6 years with those products. Why? Because at the beginning, okay, what I did steps to create conviction enough that I had the best product in the market. I wanted to make sure that I had the best product in the market. How? I did the research. I went to 3-4 pharmacists. I did the market research. I went to 3-4 pharmacies, and I started to see what are the competitions are doing. What are their ingredients? Is there something same ingredient? And I asked the pharmacist. I did the research with them, and I asked about the price. And you know what I saw? Most important, when you're doing a conviction builder, don't ask average people. Ask experts about what you are selling. Okay? Experts in the market, take opinions, do your research, but always find the positive things. Okay? So let me tell you, the serum that this company had was $150. For me, with my background of skincare, that was very expensive. Why would somebody pay $150 for a serum? But when I did this research, you know what I then discovered? The technology that this company had, which was stem cells technology, human adult stem cells technology, with 200 growth factors, which I didn't understand anything about those. But based on my research, I started to build my conviction and started to understand the difference. And then I discovered there's one company who had the similar product, only one in the market with similar product. There is no more in the market even. Why? Because they used to sell 15 milliliters, $450, which 15 milliliter serum of this company was $150. I was convinced I had the best. And I asked the pharmacist, if I have the same technology, not 450, 150, will you sell it? Bring me a box, she told me. I was convinced. I had a meeting with a pharmacist who is a sales manager of a pharmaceutical company in Lebanon. I invited her for lunch just to take her opinion about the products. Why? Because I wasn't convinced. I needed an opinion of somebody. Okay? Just to answer to those people who say, I'm not in this world, so I won't be successful in it. Hey, I wasn't, but I did the conviction builder. I convinced myself and I became part of, and you know what I learned also from this? I learned that you can love anything. You know, some people say, I just really hate the sentence, you should love what you do so you'll be successful. Well, I always say there's, you know, on the streets, you can find a guitar player who loves his guitar. Is he successful? No. So love is not something you can rely on. But what I discovered that you can love yourself something that you didn't love before. How? Research, reading about it, understanding it. Remind yourself, one day in your life, you decided to be interested about a topic that you weren't interested about before. And more you started watching videos on YouTube and reading about this topic, and you started loving it. How many people in this call went to university to study something that they weren't so interested? It's just because parents and people around them told them you should learn. At the end of university, you started loving that thing. Why? Because you start having knowledge about it, more understanding about it, and now you love it. Maybe you don't want to make money from it, but you love it because you have information. Okay, I'm going to give an example. You heard my story in the first training. I shared my story that I worked with my dad in the antiquities business. As a kid, I never had a dream to make money from antiquities or building a business about antiquities. It's an old thing for me. But if you ask me now, I'm still not building a business. I stopped that business from 2012. But if you ask me now, I'm in love with old art. I'm in love with old art. People who travel with me, they know very well. Traveling with me is very boring. Okay, because I love the museums, I love the ruins, and I just go there for hours. I went to Museum of Louvre in France 4 times and I didn't finish it. Okay, so I love it. I didn't love it before, but because I got involved by force, I love it. Why? Because I got information, and information makes you love something. Okay, so how can you build the conviction? By knowing more. By knowing more. More you know, more you are convinced. And more you are convinced, people will say, okay, he knows more than me, so maybe I don't know, he knows better. He's so convinced with his knowledge. Okay, so that's why good research, good questions, getting the questions, asking the people, most important, answer those questions. You can take a screenshot of those questions and answer those questions. Why should someone pay more money to your product or service if they can find similar cheaper? Why should someone do it with you rather than someone else? Okay. Why would this woman should marry you and not someone else? Why this man should marry you and not someone else? Should have an answer. Okay. Why kids have to listen to you and not their friends? Not because you're older, because their friends talk to their communicate with their same level. Okay, so what you should do about it? Try to learn how to communicate on their level. Okay, why should they choose your company rather than some other company? You should have an answer. I built those answers when I started the last project, and I'm building what I'm doing all this time, preparing for this licensee project, for the 10X coaching program and the university. What I'm doing everything, building the conviction builder. I'm doing the conviction builder that when I sit with a CEO, that when I sit with somebody who wants to change his life, I'm like very convinced that I can change his life. 100% convinced. Change his business, grow his income, 10X his income. What I'm doing, watching trainings and doing this training now, I'm building the habits, the skills, the knowledge enough to build the conviction. And this is I've seen very few people does this. For 12 years, I worked coaching people, and I've seen a lot of people just follow steps and they don't do their homework of building that conviction. Because when you build that conviction, people follow you. People believe you. Okay, they believe your conviction, not the information. Okay, so selling yourself all over. Okay, what is this point? This point is, if you if you're watching this training and one time in your life, suddenly everything was going okay and everything dropped, something bad happened, okay? There was some momentum and then poof, it stopped. Maybe your activity, maybe the market, maybe whatever happened, okay? What really happened? Instead of creating that blame list, always look at the mirror. What really happened? You sold yourself on other ideas than that you can do it. You drop sales, what happened? You just sold yourself on other ideas. You read a blog and you sold yourself to that blog. You listened somebody who living with you in the house and trying to nag you, oh, no, it won't work, it won't work, it won't work. And somehow you sold yourself that it won't work. Okay. You started the startup and you were so excited, sharing to friends and family, and sit with two investors, and then everybody is giving opinion that it might not work. Yeah, good luck, but I don't think, no, it's not us. And then you started selling yourself on their ideas instead of your conviction idea. Their conviction was stronger. Okay. So sell yourself with the steps above over and over again. Do it once a week or every day. That's the most important thing. Put your money where your mouth is. What does it mean? If you're going to sell anything, you have to be the customer first. Would you go in depth for your product? That's a very important question. You should be a customer first. If you don't own it, you have disagreement with it. And if you have disagreement with it, you will not able to sell it. Okay, so that's very, very important. So you should build a conviction about your product first. I don't have time lie before I start the steps. I'm telling you, I'm preparing you. Okay, I don't have time lie. Yeah, Gary, but I want to learn sales. I want to sell stuff. I want to make extra money. I want to build a business, but I don't have time. It's a lie. It's a lie. Okay, I'm going to say what I say usually, and then I'm going to read what Grant says. Okay, what I usually discovered, it's not a time issue we have in our life. It's a priority issue. So instead of managing your time, manage your priorities. Okay, let me give a normal example. You are busy in your life. You're going to university and you have another job, and you only see your friends at the weekend. You're telling them, hey, I cannot see you in the middle of the week, or you're building a business online. And at the same time, you don't have time. And then you fall in love. What happens? What happens? Suddenly you have time. Suddenly you create time. What you do is sacrifice other things to see the person you love. In reality, it's just that there's a new priority. You understand? And because of that priority, you created time. Okay? Time is one of the things that God gave you, that you own it. And you are responsible for it. I don't have time. It's a lie. It's yours. The time is yours. The only people who don't have the time, in reality, there are people in jail. Even those people, they have time. Okay, we can see it in a different way. We can say that I don't have time. Everybody don't have time, because even if I sit, I'm thinking at that time. Okay, so even if I'm watching something, Netflix. Okay, I decided to invest my time watching Netflix. Okay, so I decide based on priorities. So if you don't see the importance of, you have to see the importance that now is the time to learn sales so you can have a better future. Okay, I was doing a role playing 2 days ago with my one of my leaders, and she was saying that I don't have time. She was giving objections, and I said, okay, if you continue like this, 2 years from now, your life is going to be better. No, So we have to create time. So because we're seeing that the economy is getting worse, so let's make sure, let's control so that the economy doesn't affect us. From now to 2 years, we will have a better situation if we create new priority now to build the business online. Got it? So when it comes to also time, it's just that also we have an creation in our mind that we are working a lot. Okay, that if I watch this training for 2 hours with Gary, I already spent 2 hours, invested 2 hours. That's a lot of work already. Okay. In reality, this is something that should be a habit that you watch trainings. One, and two, you should understand that in the minimum time, you can do much more if you don't overthink. Okay. So mainly we overthink, we talk to ourselves more than we really produce in our life. Okay, so that's why controlling your mind is very important so you can be more productive. So if a call takes 3 minutes, let's say, that's 22,500 calls a year. That's 75 phone calls a day. If you do small percentage of that, you will be at the top 100% of successful people in the world. I'm going to repeat. If you do a small percentage from the 75 phone calls a day, you will be at the top of the 1% of the world successful people. See, it's a matter of habit. How much time it takes? 20 calls a day. My record in 1 hour, I tried it. My record until now is 13 calls an hour. Okay, I did 13 calls an hour. That's the record. I can do better. It's been a while I didn't do that. Okay, but 13 calls an hour. If I do that every day, I can reach the world. I can reach the world because one call will lead me to other calls. One connection will lead me to other connection, and I can reach the world. Okay, so it's not about time issue. You can build anything, you can sell anything in 1 or 2 hours a day. You can do that, but that 1 hour, 2 hours should be productive, should be very productive. Okay, the fact if you have some amount of time as the fact is you have same amount of time as anyone else. You're just not using it efficiently, and you might be using it for the wrong things. So exercise, again. I want you to divide the page into two and write on the left time I have and or time I invest, and on the right time wasted. Okay, and we have till 9:10, which is whatever you are, plus 10. Okay, to write down things that you do that are your time, investment of time, and things that you do that are wasting time. Okay, not efficient time. What do you do at those times? Write them down. Okay, so you have 6 minutes. One more minute. One more minute, and we continue. You can start typing in the chat your answers. What did you find out? Investment of time, time that is yours. It's okay, Bilal, focus on the PowerPoint. I'm very convinced that this is very unique, Bilal. You cannot stop it. I'm more convinced than you, because every meeting I do, people reaction, I see, oh, wow. See, you gave your idea, I'm more convinced. Maybe I put the video that is faster, that's why. I will check, maybe I put the wrong one. Okay, but now we don't have time. Okay, so let's start. Share with us. Time killers for Josiane: overthinking, social media, endless scrolling, TV, sleeping late, waking up late. Yeah. Other, who wants to share? Everybody should share. It's a workshop. We're starting the year in the right way. Farah said Netflix, time wasted. Faiza, Netflix. Well, let me tell you something. On Netflix, there are very investment time documentaries. Okay, if you have Netflix and until now you didn't watch Tony Robbins, I'm Not Your Guru, then you should watch anything else on Netflix. Okay, I'm Not Your Guru for Tony Robbins. There's also this documentary called Explained, that they explain things. It's knowledge. It's nice. It's an investment of time. Okay, you can understand things in general, many topics in the documentary Explained. Okay, I also liked some documentaries about success, business, frauds, so you can learn, so you don't lose your money. Okay, so you can learn, you don't lose your money. So those are good things. But watching I don't know, a fictional story that is not real and just yeah, that would be a waste of time, especially if it's a series for days. You know, those. I personally avoid clicking play for any series because I'm somebody who gets very fast addicted. Okay, so I won't sleep until I finish it. So that's why you can turn the same technology into an investment of time. Netflix is not bad. You understand? Social media is not bad. Social media can make, it's a business, it can make you a lot of money. So instead of you be the one making other people money, you should be the one making money from social media. Okay, so technology is not bad, our habits are bad, our choices, our decisions are bad. Okay, time invested, reading, training, working. Yeah, reading. Yeah. Okay, so Celeste, I don't waste my time, instead I should put my time in a better place. Okay, time wasted scrolling on social media, time invested meditation, YouTube videos, and educational meetings. Very good. Just a second, let's close the... Let me read the chat like this, it's better because mouse disappears. Okay. Dina said overthinking, calls with negative people. I know how to avoid those. TV, home cleaning. There's a red button on the phone. No more batteries, I said. Okay, time I have, because talking with negative people, it can affect your programming. It's poison. It's poison. Time I have, morning time. Time wasted, phone calls, not focusing on what I should. Other than that, home cleaning is not a time wasted, it is a necessity. Depends on your goals. Most of the successful, if you study any successful person, he will tell you delegate those activities. Delegate those activities. The time that you are doing the dishes, you can learn a new skill or do some phone calls or build a business. I don't know, depends on your goals. Work out. It's a comfortable thing that you got used to it. Delegate, give it to somebody who does it. Time invested, like I drink coffee intentionally, I drink coffee in paper cups, so I don't do the dishes. Okay? And once or twice a week, somebody comes and does the dishes. I don't do the dishes. Okay? Time invested, educational meetings. I don't do my laundry. I don't do those stuff. It's a waste of time. Pay for someone. Time invested, educational meetings, reading, following successful people to learn. Very good. Okay, I'm going to read mine. Time invested, I'm going to start. Trainings, I watch trainings. Online presence meetings. So I'm started this year, which is mainly every day. I have a fixed meeting, 3 hours with my assistant to work on my online presence. I don't know if you're noticing every time I'm using new technologies, like now with this calendar, I forgot the name. So I'm using that. I fixed my LinkedIn profile now. I fixed my Twitter, my YouTube, and I started to work on my online presence. Every day we're planning, we have a big to-do list, and every day we are working on it. So that's a very important time investment, I think. So sure, sleep. Sleeping is a time investment. Our body needs to rest, okay? Build new relations. So that's a very important time investment, which is building new relations, meeting new people, okay? Presentation, doing presentations, doing these workshops like this, it's an investment of time. Reading, it's an investment of time. And soon, I think I'm going to add many things that I'm working on, like meeting clients every day, doing phone calls every day. It's going to be a time investment. Also doing workshops and stuff like that, physical, based on my goals. Waste of time. Games, I deleted them all at the beginning of the year. I deleted all the games, okay? I'm a gamer and I get very fast addicted. So I deleted them all. Music. I heard in 2013, I was in an event in Las Vegas, and there was a millionaire on stage who makes in a monthly more than $1 million monthly, okay? And he said, one day I decided, instead of listening to musicians and make them millionaires, I decided I listen to things that makes me a millionaire. Okay, so that's why when I open Anghami, like an example, which is like Spotify, I open podcasts, workshops, stuff like that. Okay, see, in the same technology that is called Anghami, which is songs, there's podcasts about success, mindset, psychology, sales, money, anything that you want to grow. Okay, so YouTube is the same. You can watch songs, you can watch funny videos, or you can see the replays of the goals of Messi in the World Cup. Okay, took me time to get over the final. Took me time. Or see, it starts with the feeling guilty because the mind will tell you it's okay, watch it. For me, I created a guilt in my mind. I control it. And whenever I take long time to watch the highlights of NBA games yesterday, I love NBA, I love sports. Don't think that I'm not living, okay? But there's this guilt. Okay, that's too much. If you're gonna watch YouTube, watch something that helps you for your goals. Okay, so technologies are good, our decisions. Do you consider listening to music as a waste of time, even if it makes you feel better? Well, yesterday I was watching Grant. He was talking about choose your song. He said, choose your song. The training was about daily rituals, which I will do this with you guys soon, this training, daily rituals. So the last one was choose your song. Okay. And I never had a song, but I know some people who have songs. I have one of my mentors, Stefania Logato, Eye of the Tiger, the song from the Rocky. Okay. Eye of the Tiger. And then there's the Final Countdown. Those songs that motivates you. Jinan, my partner, loves Eminem's song "Lose Yourself." Okay, it's very motivational. So yeah, that might work if you're using it for action. Okay, but to sing love songs and stuff like that, no. Okay, I'm not saying don't listen to them. I'm just saying don't make it your habit. Okay. So other than that, I wrote meeting people, waste of time, meeting people who are less successful than me. And that's a habit I have, which I want to get rid of. And let me tell you why. I love to sit, and I created this also in my early 20s. In my teenage life, I was not, I didn't live my teenage life because of some challenges I had. I was so alone. I was bullied. Okay. I was so alone. So I created this philosophy that I want to have many friends. I want to meet many people, and I want to be with around a lot of people. So what I did, I bought friends. Let me explain. So mainly because I had a business, and most of the people in my age didn't have businesses. So I used to make a little bit more money than them. Okay. So I used to invite people to party, invite people to my house, invite people to eat. Even if they say, I don't have money, it's okay, I'll pay, come. Okay. So mainly I surrounded myself with people who are less fortunate than me, who are less successful than me. Okay. Why? Ego. Okay. That's what my ego wants. Okay. I don't want to be in an uncomfortable situation sitting with people more successful than me and feel uncomfortable. Okay. Like they can order stuff that I can't pay. Okay. They can go places that I can't. So it's uncomfortable. And maybe their topics, I don't know how to follow their topics because they know much better than me. So I had this habit of surrounding myself with people less successful than me. Okay. I worked on that for years, and I recently got it back. Surrounded myself with people less fortunate than me, less successful than me. What really happens when you do that? They can affect you. They can affect your programming. There's even yesterday, Grant Cardone said in the training that I was watching, and I heard this from Jim Rohn years ago. I heard it from Eric Worre years ago. Your top five people you talk to the most. If you are the most successful between those top five you talk to the most, you are in danger. They will give you their habits. Like there's a very simple example. If you don't smoke and your friends all smoke, you will eventually smoke. Okay. If you're a vegan and your friends are not vegan, you will eventually eat that meat. Okay. So same. If financial education of your friends are not as good as yours, okay, or the people you talk to the most. It doesn't mean friends. It can be your parents. It can be your brother, sister. The 5 most people you talk to the most, and not necessarily physically you meet them. Okay, it can be somebody you talk to online, you chat with a lot. Okay, so they will affect you. The best scenario is that you are the loser between those 5. They will hold you up. You will grow with them without even noticing. Okay, so that's a waste of time, and I'm shortening this time as much as I can. A lot of people like to meet me, and I'm like, I'm busy. Okay, I say I'm busy. So Netflix, when it comes to series, and when it comes to sport, stuff like that. Sports, yeah, World Cup really was a waste of time, honestly. It was a total waste of time, the World Cup. Good emotions, but I prefer to be there. Okay, that would have been better. And sleeping late, that's a total waste of time. A total waste of time. Okay, that's a bad habit. So let's continue. Now, before we start with the steps, massive action. If you are serious about achieving your goals and dreams, don't believe the lie you need balance. If you are serious, okay, you have to understand the game. Now I'm talking about the game, okay? The game requires you to do massive action, big numbers in a short time. That's the game, okay? Overthinking will not help you. Don't believe the lie you need balance. Now, if you reach success, work on balance. Okay, if you reach your goals, work on balance. But until you didn't reach your goals and you're postponing, procrastinating and everything, you have to do like a massive shutdown of the things, the bad habits. Okay, and do massive action, replace them with massive action. I did that when I started my journey at the age of 26, my journey of growth. I was living a lifestyle, I told you, where I was inviting people, partying every day, living in a chalet, in a house alone, in my 20s lifestyle of a boy, you know what I mean? I don't need to give you more details, okay? And when I started my personal development journey and I started to build an online business and learning, and I started to be hungry about it, so all of my friends, I told them, listen, I cannot see you in the middle of the week. At night, I'm busy. Okay. So I was doing massive action. I took a massive action. Okay. And what's the game? The game that I want you to understand, and this is something I wish they teach, honestly, in any major you do. So mainly, this is the game. Success or money means economy. Okay. So if you're gonna do money, you're working, you're taking money from somebody, you're playing a game called economy. Okay. How do you win in this economy? If you play Monopoly and if you don't know the rules, you will always lose, right? If you know the rules, you will lose at the beginning, but then understand strategies. Okay. Maybe you read online, do a research, and then you understand all the rules. And then when you know all the rules, you can win Monopoly. Same with the economy. There are rules. Okay. So they throw us all after school and university in the economy. And they never teach us the rules. Okay. They gave us some rules, but those rules are not from the winners of this game. So the winners in this economy, okay, what do they do? This is the game. If you love math, I love math. I was good in math in school. So I love to simplify things in math. If you don't love math, I'm sure you know plus and minus. So it's an easy math. Okay. It's to win It's numbers game plus skills, or I would call it also professionalism, minus emotions or overthinking. That's the game. To win, you need to play the numbers game plus skills or professionalism minus emotions or overthinking. That's the game. Let me explain. If you're going to sell something, an idea or anything, okay, service, you have, if you want to win, not a small business, not a small number. You want good success. Why you opened the business, why you studied anything. You want the good success, right? It's a numbers game, which means that you have to reach a big number of people. Your idea, your product, your service should reach a big number of people. And from this number of people, the number game there, which there's a probability, which means for out of 10, your idea reached, you communicated personally, or you did an advertisement or whatever, okay? From 10, you will get a number of people who would want to pay. If you didn't find any from 10, then you do it on 20. If you didn't find, then you do it on 30. You didn't find, then you do it on 40, until you find one. That's your first probability. So it takes you 40 communication to find one client. Now you play that game without emotions. See, if your emotions had 40 to find one, then you're playing emotion and overthinking. You're not playing the game. You're playing the game, numbers game plus skill plus emotions. You will lose. Okay? It's minus emotions. Okay? So, okay, it takes me 40 to 1, then 82, then 123. You understand? Okay? But what happens to make those numbers better, what you can focus on is, other than numbers game, growing your skills or professionalism. And when you do that, what happens? Instead of 41, you will make the second 40, 42 from out of 42. The next 40, it will become 3, maybe 5, because you got better. Your conviction got better, your communication skills got better, your understanding the advertising, the market got better, understanding your products got better. People trust you more. And when people trust you more, your probability starts to grow. But you cannot play this game if you have emotions controlling you and overthinking controlling you. Because the emotions and the overthinking, the mind will not give you the reality. It will create scenarios. Oh my God, I talked to 4 people and they said no, and they didn't like it, and they told me to stop it. It won't work. Their conviction was stronger. You got emotions involved in the numbers game. And as I said, you cannot go to statistics. What's your probability on 3 people? Not everybody will love what you like. You just play the numbers game. That's the game to win. That's the game to succeed. And if you want to reach it faster, you play massive action in a shorter time. And that's it. That is all what about 10x. And that's why I love Grant Cardone. That's why I decided to be a licensee for Grant Cardone, because all he talks about, all he teaches, it helps you to be able to do massive action in a short time and remove all the thoughts and the emotions, so that you will be able to do that massive action, and you are able to do 10x of what you did until now in your life. That's why I invested. That's why I'm investing my time learning, so I can share with you, and I can do it myself, and I can share to you how I'm doing it. Okay. So also, I highly advise you to invest your time on watching him, also the trainings, and I will share to you soon how to get it in the best price. Okay, so it takes massive, crazy action. People who say, I need to rest, I need a vacation, they are just living a mediocre life. Don't listen to them. People who tell you, you're working a lot, take a rest. Look at their life. And this is an advice I always give. If you want to take the advice of somebody, you want to judge it, it's good or not for you, check their life. You want to live their life? Depend on that. Take their advice, even if they are somebody who love you. Love is something else. Success, career is different because that person is different. The person who loves you is different than you. Okay? So don't mix love with trust when it comes to career advices. Okay? So if somebody gives you an advice about your lifestyle, do you want their lifestyle? Check their lifestyle, check their life, check their income, and based on whatever advice they are giving you. It's like somebody who's divorced is giving you an advice about how to deal with your partner. I mean, come on. You understand? It doesn't work. So somebody who's an employee is telling you the business you're building is not going to be successful. Someone who is like the best example is my father. Okay, always gives me advices. And now he's living on the $400 that the bank is giving him every month. Okay, he still gives me advices. Do I take them? No, I just okay, so I don't listen. So there are 4 types of action you can do. 4 types. First type is no action. That's a type of action, no action. Second type is the wrong action. Third type is the right action. And the last one is massive action. So you can learn everything and do the right things, but your results are minimal, mediocre. There are some people I know who are watching me now. I know them personally. They did everything right, but their results weren't enough. Not as per their expectations. Okay. The reason is you didn't do massive action. Now that you learned everything, do massive. Launch yourself to the world. Okay. And they didn't do it. Or maybe they did for a few days. Okay. Why? Emotions hit. Uncomfortable. Overthinking. Okay. So anyway, I trust the massive action. This is words of Grant Cardone, which I agree 100%. I trust the massive action. It will always give me the results I want to reach. Why? Because that's the best way to win the game of economy that I just shared. If you do massive action with skills and professionalism without emotions, you will win. So even your skills are not at the best level, but you're doing massive action, you will still get results because you're playing the numbers game. And you might communicate with the numbers game. You will communicate to somebody who agrees with you, who agrees on your conviction. You understand? So in the numbers game, you will find your target audience. You will find, like, you want to marry, talk to 100 girls, 100 men, and you will find the one that is the one. Okay? Numbers game. But if you're only meeting 2 guys or 2 girls and you're like, I don't know, maybe marriage is not for me. You understand what I mean? Same. You're trying to build a business, 2 clients are not so good, then maybe this business is bad. Well, you're not doing massive action. You're not committed. And then not playing the game. Right. Just cruising. Massive action also creates new problems. We know that. One appointment takes several calls. One sale takes several appointments. Having a lot of people is a good problem. How can you manage? It doesn't matter. Play the game. And then you will find out how to manage. Commit first. Doing too much will never fail you. Doing little will always fail you. Now, before I give you the steps of road to sales, and we have 20 minutes. Before, again, communication, you should understand the buyer. Understand the buyer. Understand the other person. We are egoistic people. Our mind is egoistic, thinks about us. And professional communication is understanding others and communicate accordingly. Understand? So we should understand other people. One of the books I highly advise you for this is it's there, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Okay, How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's an amazing book to understand that it's not about you, it's about them. Okay, so but there's what I love about Cardone is fast. We can do it massive action. We don't need to read the book and then to take action. Okay, so what I love it that he gave me exactly what I have to do. It's simple. It's very, very, very simple. First rule of sale. And this should be a habit in your life. It changed my life. Okay, which is always, 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 always agree with the customer. It doesn't mean the customer is always right. It's just a way of communication. When somebody tells you anything, you directly say, you don't say, no, I don't agree. Just say, yeah, I agree. It's a way of people will see you professional. And two, they will love you because if you agree, you're agreeable. Okay? Remember when two people fall in love, what do they see? They agree on some points. Oh my God, yeah, me too, me too, me too, me too. They don't focus on the differences at the beginning because there's the physical excitement between them, okay, that ignores the differences. But what they are met on, the things that they agree on. People are different, I remember that. But people who agree on the same point, they start loving each other. They like each other. They're agreeable. Okay? So always, 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 always agree with the customer. Somebody tells you your price is very expensive. I agree. Somebody tells you, I don't think you're going to be successful. I agree. Really? Yeah, really. It was a shock for me at the beginning also when I heard it from Grant Cardone. And then when I applied it in my life, wow. In my business, life, anywhere. Kids, family, anyone. Always agree. Everybody will love you. If you want to show up that you are right in everything, you're going to be called the person who always likes to show that he's right and I don't like to communicate with him a lot. Okay? So you want them to like you, you should be agreeable. People remember how you are like, not how knowledgeable you are. Avoid being right. Priority is to find a common ground. You want people to love you, you want people to buy from you, you want people to agree with you, agree with them. And it takes killing your ego to do this. And that's how you can control your mind. That's one of the ways. Bilal is asking, dear Gary, let's leave the questions at the end, but I'm going to answer this question. It's a very important question. Can you please show your whiteboard again? I will do it at the end. Okay. So anyway, agreement. People think that there's two people to solve a conflict. No, only one person who will agree will solve the conflict. Okay. This is, let it be in your mind, saved in your mind somewhere. If you have a conflict with your partner, your business, customer, anyone, you feel like there's a tension, there's a conflict, remember the sentence. Okay, you know what? I agree. He will be surprised, shocked, and he would like it. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Okay, so are you serious, Gary? Yeah, try it. Okay. Of course, after every agree, there's but if. Okay, But start the communication with I agree. You understand? Start it. I agree. But I think we should do something like this. Okay. It's different than no, because when you do that, no, I don't agree. It creates in the mind of the other person defenses, walls of defense. And when you do that, nothing gets in. Whatever you say at that, they don't listen. It doesn't get in. There's a wall. But if you say I agree, there's like, oh, welcome. Give me, yeah, I agree with you. You agrees with me. I love this person. What do you want to say? Listen, I'm gonna listen. The door's open. Imagine knowledge like this every Sunday. Okay. I'm enjoying it every day when watching Cardone, and every day it's a wow, aha moments. Okay. So people think that they're okay. So the steps of agreeing is agree, acknowledge, make the other party right, then close. That's the first rule of sales. Agree, acknowledge, make the other party right, then close. So agreement challenge for you guys. Practice with friends or relatives or co-workers. You can even record it. You can record yourself that I agree, I agree, I agree. Not that I agree. Somebody tells you something, you record yourself. Yes, I agree, that's you're right. Okay, I understand. Now I'll give you the language of agreement. Okay, try to agree with everyone 24 hours. That's your challenge. Please send me a message if it took you how many hours until you failed. Okay, but it's a good start. It's a good start. Try to agree with everyone 24 hours. Agreement takes muscle. Disagreement is natural. Our target is to be professionals, not natural. Everybody's on natural auto system. Okay. Once you agree, you will have the chance to get their opinions. To get other options. Start the sale from an agreement. Like if you call somebody, listen, I don't have time. I agree, you don't have time. Me too, I don't have time. So I will make it short. You understand the difference? Continue to agree throughout the sales process. Always agree. Make the buyer right, always. Vocabulary of agreement. You are right. I agree. I'm with you. I'll work it out. I understand. I'll make that happen. Done. I will add also 100%. I use that a lot. Okay. 100%. Yes, you're right. If you need to be right, selling is going to be a big disappointment for you. And I wish I heard this sentence years ago. I wish I heard it years ago. If you need to be right, selling is going to be a big disappointment for you. Exercise. If you sell anything already in your life, okay, or you did before, write down the 10 objections you got that were bothering you, and then 10 agreements. For people of network marketing, it's a pyramid scheme. Yes, I agree, it's a pyramid scheme. Reading? Yes, reading. How? Later, we do another training called handling objections. Okay, but agree at the beginning. Yes, I agree. Let me give you the answer. You won't sleep on it. Okay. Yes, I believe it's a pyramid. Yeah, I agree it's a pyramid scheme, but the legal one. The legal one. I agree. Yeah, but the legal one. What do you mean by the legal one? Now he needs more information. He's listening. Okay. But if you say at the beginning, no, it's not. No, yes, it is. I know. I read here. I read here. I read here. My neighbor. Okay, he will not listen. He will give his information. But if you're like, yeah, I agree, conversation stops there. That's it, done. The objection finished. I agree, yeah, but it's the legal one. Done. Okay, it's very expensive. Yeah, I agree, it's expensive. I wouldn't sell bad quality, honestly. It's expensive, but better quality. It has its own target audience. Maybe it's not for you, but I agree it's expensive. You understand? There's many ways, but if you start with agreeing, the whole conversation will change. Okay, next. To understand, so we're doing now, understand the buyer. Number one, understand that you should agree with him. You have to be agreeable, not you have to be right. Okay. Number two, understanding the buyer. Trust is critical to the sale. This trust is not the buyer's problem. It's your problem. If the other customer, if the person doesn't trust you, it's your problem, not his problem. If there's distrust, they are just adding time to the cycle. That is important. He doesn't trust me. Okay, now, so the cycle of sale with this person is adding more time, which means that there's missing information I have to give along the way so that trust is built. Okay? A salesperson's job is to go behind the mind, behind the spoken. He won't tell you that I don't trust you, but he would say white lies like, I don't have time, like, I don't have money, like, I want to do search. And those are all indication of, I still don't trust you or your product. It's the only reason people don't buy. Or they don't trust you, or they don't trust the product or the company. Because if there's trust, take my money. Okay? So, and that's your responsibility and not their responsibility. Again, we're talking here to be professionals. I know you have maybe different experience. You'll be like, oh no, but some people really, it's their responsibility. It's their fault, not me. Hey, blame yourself is better. If you don't get the sale, something is not trusted. You understand? Customers don't make sales. Salespeople do. Customers don't buy. You sell. You should take full responsibility of the sale. It's your responsibility. When you step in this area, you are in the business of handling people, not just selling products. Don't blame the customer. Don't call him names. What I mean is, and I heard this for years, and I did it myself. I personally did this mistake for years before I listened to Grant Cardone, and I was like, oh. What I mean is this. This customer is cheap. He's a waste of time. This prospect is negative. He's not open-minded. His wife has more influence on him. He's not the decision taker. He doesn't have money. He's lying. Whatever. All those names we give, that's an indication that we are not professionals. We are weak, mediocre, amateur people who are not taking responsibility and throwing the blame on him. The reality that you didn't build trust enough. He doesn't trust you or the product or the company. Low responsibility equals low level of sales. You want to grow your sales? Take full responsibility. He just doesn't trust you or doesn't trust his own decision. And he needs your help to create trust. This was like, wow, when I heard it, understood it, tested, and I was like, okay, now it's working. Credibility. You can be trusted, but not credible. So, which means when you say, I don't know, I am not sure, I can tell you that, yet causes credibility loss. If you use those words, you say, I don't know, I'm not sure, I can tell you, there's no credibility. Okay? Maybe I trust you as a person, but you're not credible enough. I'm going to give you an example. Let's say I trust my friend. If I have an accident on the street, Shadi will be there. Even if it's 4 a.m. in the morning. I know that. Okay? My friend. But is he credible for building a business? No. See the difference? Trust and credibility. So why? Because he's a personal trainer. He's a great for gym personal trainer. He is credible. But when it comes to business, no, he's not. Okay? So you understand credibility is based on how much you know. Okay? So credibility is a critical key to gain trust or lose trust. It helps you look professional. You need to know everything about your field, products, competition, company. That creates credibility. Okay? So understand those are important preparation before the sales steps. Number 5, and honestly, all the trainings I watch of Grant Cardone, he always talks about this. Always. A great attitude. A person that can make another person feel good can sell anything. So a great attitude, it's a responsibility that you have to create because you understand the other person. The other person wants to feel good. A great product plus a great attitude, that's how you have sales. People will be cheap for necessities, not for entertainment. And this was like, wow, when I heard it. Okay? A simple example. Necessities. What are necessities of the house? Tissues, cleaning stuff. We don't really buy the most expensive, right? Those are necessities. We don't really buy the most expensive. Even cars, you don't really buy the most expensive. We don't spend all our money on necessities, right? We go start to find cheaper as much as we can with good quality a little bit. But when it comes to entertainment, at the weekend, we spend everything. When we go to vacation, the same coffee that we buy for $1 every day, when we are on vacation, we pay $10. Why? Entertainment. People pay more for entertainment than necessity. What does that mean? That means that you, as a communicator, if you make the person have a good experience with your communication, he will pay for that, not for the product or service. How many girls I heard said, you have a sense of humor. We love his sense of humor. Why? Entertainment. Okay? So it can be a good communication. It can be a good service. We're going to talk about it now. They can't say no to a positive attitude and experience. Positive attitude is contagious. Positive attitude is you are respected. You are in a very bad self-talks. Things are happening in your life. You go in a shop and the salesman or the saleswoman there has a great attitude. The servant, the waitress, she has great, hello everybody, how are you? Different than others. Won't you give her more tips? Because of the experience, for the effort. Okay? So a great attitude is a must and you should work on it every day. Building a positive attitude daily is money magnet. So how do you build a daily attitude? Positive attitude. Positive attitude is contagious. This is not only about your attitude. It's about shifting the attitude of another person. Because if he changes the customer's attitude into a positive attitude, he will spend more money. This requires mental discipline and muscle. Exercise. You should exercise those words. Great, super, excellent, I love it, no problem, I'll be happy. Okay? So you are the product of your environment. If you want to change your attitude and have a great attitude every day, you have to understand you are a product of your environment. So how do you build that positive attitude? You can build it. Tips to have a great attitude. Avoid television, radio, and newspapers. Avoid. Remove those notifications of news that you receive. Remove them. Stop the notification. You want to, we're talking about being professional here. We're talking about having positive attitude every day. We're talking about achieving your goals this year. Please avoid television, radio, and newspapers this year. Okay? Gary, seriously, we don't want to know what's happening in this world. You will know by a post on social media. Don't worry. Somebody will share it. If there's something very urgent, something scary, there's a bomb or something, you will know. Don't worry. You don't need the news. The news are created to give you negative media, to change your attitude and be scared. Okay? When I talk to somebody in Lebanon, let's say, and they say, what are we going to do with this situation? You know, we don't have a president. We don't. Like, clearly, this person is watching a lot of news. It's like my parents. They sit all day watching news. The news of the morning, the news of the 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. And they change channels when they change the news. And then the news at night. They're in a situation of nothing will change. It's a bad situation. It's getting worse. Sometimes when I see them, they talk about what's happening and I really don't care and I really don't want to know. Okay? So avoid. Stay away from can't do people. If there are people around you, we can't do anything, we can't do, there's no solution, they're not solution oriented, stay away from them. Okay? To have a positive attitude. Get everyone in your life on the same page with where you are going. This is especially for people who live in a family. They have your husband, wife, maybe you have living in you're not living alone. This is very important. Get everyone in your life on the same page with where you are going. Because if you don't tell them where you are going, the sacrifices you're going to do, the dinners you're not going to attend, the missing family reunions that you might miss, because you have a goal or target you're working on and you need their support, nothing else. Okay? No advices, nothing, just support. Okay? You have to put that straight with the people around you. Your kids should know. Because if you don't do that, they will affect your attitude. You are very excited working on yourself and somebody living in your house is throwing negativity at you. It can be a partner, a girlfriend, a boyfriend. You're always working, you're not seeing me. Makes your attitude. Okay? You should communicate with him or her, say, listen, I'm going to be very busy now. So let's fix dates where I will invest only with you because you're important for me. Avoid drugs and alcohol to have a positive attitude. Stay away from hospitals and doctors. I'm sure there are people who work in hospitals and doctors and the school. But it's a negative environment, honestly. As much as you can avoid it. No negative talk. As you see here, no negativity allowed. There's no negativity allowed in my life. Nobody, if there are people who like to gossip with me, I'm like, I avoid it. No negativity talk. Start a negativity diet as much as you can. Okay, we will stop here. So next week, we're going to continue. Treat them like millionaires. We're going to do that, 5-star treatment, and then the road to sale. Gary, you did 4 hours until now and still didn't talk about the road to sales. Yeah, because it's not important if we didn't talk about all this before. It's not important, honestly. Because you know, you talk to people, you greet, you share what you have, and then they buy. They won't if you don't know the basics, the homework that you have to do. Okay? So that's what I love about Grant, that he's honest. That is exactly telling you what works, not throwing trainings. Okay? What worked with him and what I'm sharing also what worked with me and Grant. So it's a plus. I'm doing it. Anyway, so that's it for today. I'm going to say also something I totally forgot. Be sure you're on my Instagram account because next week, every day, 10 p.m. Lebanon time, Beirut time, which is 12 p.m. Dubai time. And I don't know where you are in the world. I'm going to go live on Instagram every day for like 20 minutes talking about any topic. You can share with me topics you like me to talk about. And also I can do Q&A sessions and maybe every day I'm going to decide the topic I'm going to talk about. Okay, so every day, 10 p.m. Beirut time Also, every Sunday I'm going to do workshops. So next workshop is going to be the third part of the Road to Sales. And then we have, as I said, the workshop, physical workshop. It's going to be at the end of this month, the weekend of 28, 29, how to start your year in the right, your year 2023 in the right direction. So book those also. And if you had questions, you can communicate with me, send message, DM, WhatsApp, anything. I can answer your questions. I know you asked some questions, but it's already more than 2 hours now we passed, and I don't want to take more time from everybody. I want to be specific with time, and I'm trying to give more information in a shorter time. I'm working on it. It's a bad habit I have. I do a lot of repetitions, but by doing more, I'll get better. Okay. Love you all. And don't forget the homeworks. I'm excited for the challenge online. I am unique. Bye-bye.